Hey there, and welcome to the lesson, which is on multiplying decimals with a whole number. Plus we'll also do a little bit of multiplying decimals by decimals, all in the one lesson. So first of all, let's just read through some of the notes and some of the work examples before we do a few practice examples on the next page. So multiplying decimals by a whole number, pretty easy. So you just need to basically know how to multiply. So you might need to revise multiplying. This is all with our calculator, of course. So to multiply decimals by a whole number, basically you just ignore the decimal point to start with. So to start with, completely ignore the decimal point and just do the multiplication. So 4.19 times 7, just ignore any decimal point to begin with. Later on it does come into effect, and do the multiplication like usual. So 4, you would write it instead as 419 times 7. So just to remind us how we do multiplication, do 9 times 7 is 63. So you've got a remainder of 6 up here. 1 times 7 is 7, plus the 6 that would have been written here. Actually, maybe I'll do that. Let's do it. Woohoo! Okay, so that's what 6 is up here. Yep, so 1 times 7 is 7, plus 6 is 13. Carry the 1 up here. 4 times 7 is 28, plus the 1 up here is 29. So 299.23, sorry, 2,933 is what you got. That's not the answer to 4.19 times 7, that's 419 times 7. That's what you do to start with. Once you have your answer, work out where the decimal point should be. Like, should it be here? Should it be here? Should it be here? Here or here? Basically, count how many decimal places there were in the question to begin with. So in this whole question, including the two numbers, how many decimal point digits were there in total? So in the question overall, there were 2 decimal digits. If there was times 7.1, then there would be 3 decimal digits. So there were 3 decimal digits in total in the question. So therefore there should be 3 decimal digits in total there were 2 decimal digits in total in the question. So therefore there must be 2 decimal digits in total in the answer. So in the operation 4.19 times 7, there are 2 decimal places in total here, which are here and here. Therefore the answer should have 2 decimal places also. So the answer is, instead of 2933, will be 29.33, because see, now there's 2 decimal places. So as I said, multiplying decimals is quite easy. Just do the regular multiplication, count up how many decimal places there were in the question, and make sure there's the same amount of decimal places in the answer. Let's try that again with another example now. We can do, to multiply decimals by a whole number again, just ignore the decimal point to begin with and do the multiplication like usual. So this time I've got 0.8 times 3. So do 8 times 3. 8 times 3, what's that? Correct, that's 24. And therefore, how many decimal places are there in the question? That's right, there's in total 1 decimal place in the question. So we need to make sure there's 1 decimal place in the answer. So how would we write the final answer? That's right, the final answer would be 2.4. 1 decimal place. So once you have your answer, work out where the decimal point should be. As I said, count how many decimal places there were in total in the question. There were 1 DP in the question. So there was 1 DP in the question, therefore the answer should have 1 decimal place. So the answer is 2.4 is our final answer for that one. And for the other one, it was 29.33. Now you're going to pause. I would say pause and try these ones yourself first. So pause, try them yourself first, and then check the answer with what's going to pop up in the next few seconds. So pause now and try both of these questions using that strategy. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to try, and now you're going to sort of check your answers. So to start with, you work out 927 times 8, 7 eighths, 56, carry the 5, 2 eighths is 16, plus 5 is 21, carry the 2, 9 times 8 is 72, plus 2 is 74. So 7416. Then you've got to work out there is how many DP in the question. In total there's 2 DP in the question, so you need 2 DP in the answer. So the final answer would be 74 0.16 for that one. Congratulations if you got that right. If not, just try to review what it was. So you need 2 dp. dp in the answer. So it's 2 dp in the question. And so on. Trying the next one. Hopefully you've tried that one already. 3.35 times 4, so what's 35 times 4? 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And count how many dp there were in the question. Again, there was 2 dp in the question, so there needs to be 2 dp in the answer. So 1.40 is our answer, because again, 2 dp in the question, so we need 2 dp in the answer. Hopefully you got that right. So for the next one, multiplying decimals by decimals, it's exactly the same strategy, to be honest, nothing different. I just wanted to show you some examples of ones like that. So to multiply decimals by decimals, again, just ignore the decimal point to begin with and do the multiplication like usual. So 2.35 times 0.4, you'll do 235 times 4. 5 4s are 20, carry the 2. 3 4s are 12, plus 2 is 14, carry the 1. 2 4s are 8, plus 1 is 940. So then look, how many dp is there in the question? In the question there are 3 dp to begin with. Let's do that because it looks awful. 3 dp in total. It says it down here. So in the question there are 3 dp in total. So therefore the answer must have 3 dp. So the answer, instead of it being 940, for it to have 3 dp, you must have 0.940. Don't write 0.940, that looks yucky, and most of the time we don't see the decimal. But if you write 0.940, that looks lovely, and it means we do see the decimal point. It's easy to see it then. So make sure that you write the decimal point in there, and the 0 point. Let's try another one, another example. Multiply decimal by decimal. 0.9 times 0.007. Just ignore the decimal point and do the multiplication. So you're going to do 9 times 7. 9 times 7, that's pretty easy. That's just 63. And count up how many decimal places there were in the question. There was 1, 2, 3, 4. So there were 4 dp in the question. So how do you make 4 dp in the answer? You would do 0.0063, so you might need to insert some zeros. So in the operation there were 4 dp in total, therefore your answer must have 4 decimal places. So don't write 0.0063, write 0.0063. You need to put the zeros at the beginning. So just make sure that you've got the zeros at the beginning and not afterwards. It's important that the zeros go at the beginning. Now, you're going to pause and you're going to try some of these by yourself. So make sure to pause now and then check your answers afterwards. Alright, hopefully you've paused and you've tried it yourself first. And now you're just checking your answers. So 10.38 times 0.05 you write as 1038 times 5. You ignore the decimal to start with. 8 5s are 40. Carry the 4. 3 5s are 15 plus 4 is 19. Carry the 1. 0 5s are 0 plus 1 is 1. And 1 5 is 5. So we've got 5190. And count how many dp are in the question. So in the question we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 dp. So we've got 4 dp in the question. So we need 4 dp in our answer. So it's going to have to have the decimal point here. So write it off on the side, leave that as it is, and write it over here. Write 0 point. Don't write 0.5190, or else we won't see the decimal point. We'll just think you wrote 5,190. And make sure you write 0 point. There's a correct way to do it. Hurrah! So we have 4 dp. Nice work. And in the next one you did 276 times 7 is what you work out. 6 7s are 42. Carry the 4. 7 7s are 49 plus 4 is 53. Carry the 5. 2 7s are 14 plus 5 is 19. And now work out how many DP. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 DP in the question. So we need 5 DP in the answer. So we're going to need to insert a 0 here and put a decimal there. So it's going to be 0 point, and then 0, 1, 9, 3, 2. Make sure you write little notes to yourself for how you do this, because it's amazing. Watching the video, you probably understand it, but then when it comes to doing the exercise, you might have forgotten how you did all of this. Okay, thank you very much for watching.